Today, we're going to be talking about the amazing investment journey of our favorite streamer, Destiny. He recently took the plunge and invested in Facebook stock, and the results have been phenomenal. He's now sitting on some impressive gains, but with that comes a tough decision: should he sell and take his profits, or hold on to his investment? Join us as we take a closer look at Destiny's thoughts and reactions to his Facebook stock investment, and what he's considering as he makes this important decision.
I don't know when I want to do this. I feel like this is going to correct tomorrow by like $10. I feel like this is going to change by like 10%, 5 or 10%. I feel like it's going to happen. My position is good. It's a free $10,000 or more right now in 6 months, which is pretty good, right? The problem is if I sell now, it's ordinary income. So like 20, 30, 40% of that is just gone. Or I could hold for another 6 months. Also, everybody that said, everybody that didn't believe. Where are the non-believers now? Notice how they've scurried into their little holes, and instead the sun shines upon us. The sun shines upon us, the meta holders. Just stop loss at what you bought. Who uses a stop loss? That's called trading for. Okay? Stop loss. My stop loss is my collateral call. Okay? We don't do stop losses here. Okay? My stop loss isn't when my account runs out of money. It's when the bank shuts my account down and the police come for me. Okay? Get out of here. Did you think it was a win in the long run because it's meta, or were you ready to sell at the first sign of a bump? The only reason I bought this a long time ago is because I thought that the value drop was unbelievable. There's no way that Facebook legitimately lost 70% of its value. It just seemed impossible to me. So I was like, oh, I'll buy it. It's probably undervalued right now. But I mean, I don't know anything about markets. Everything I'm saying, by the way, might be. Don't listen to me for trading advice. Although I will say, if you've listened to me for trading advice, every trade you've made has been an on-the-money one, I will say. But you still shouldn't listen to me because one of these times I'm going to be very wrong, and it's going to be very expensive. But that time is not this time. There will be a day when the time of man and my account comes to an end, okay? There will be a day, but it is not this day. It is a red day because our accounts are in the, no, black. It's a black day. Our accounts are in the black, okay? How to go up 25% in one day? What do you mean, how did it go up 25%? Why do you think I've been cutting streams so early every day? I've been talking to Zuck literally every single night, telling him how to turn this hole of a company around. Dump your VR. I'll make a few calls to Soros and tell him to rile the heads up at Congress to get this TikTok shut the down, okay? Telling him to get his on Reels, all right? We're trying to slow down YouTube Shorts as much as possible so that Instagram can start competing where the TikTok market is going to fall, okay? We're working. Me and Zuck are working as hard as we can. We got a plan going on at the back end, all right? We trimmed the we got rid of 10% of the workforce. Sorry for a few of my Facebook employees in chat that got banned, but your severance packages were nice. But yeah, you know, there we go. Anyway, is TikTok really getting banned? No shot. I can't believe it. Actually, a lot of political stuff based around mycology and lichenology, and stuff that you can probably run into. Don't know how deep you'll go into domain of biology, with a lot of theory relevance. Wow. Can you explain for the back why there's a sudden rise? If I was giving you a serious financial guess and I was in front of other people that knew finance and I had to give Lou the most conservative serious guess I could, my guess would be a combination of three things. One is that it probably was a bit undervalued, that the price of this security plummeted probably more than it should have. Like, do you really feel like Facebook lost 75% of its value in a year? Did that really happen? Probably not. So one is that probably was legitimately a bit undervalued. That's my uneducated guess. Number two is layoffs, I think, are generally good for stock performance, right? Like, you lay off people. There's a huge an econ boom, and then you make a lot of money, and then it starts to slide a little bit, and then you cut the chaff, you get rid of some of the employees. I think they did layoffs, which probably helps a bit. Their earnings report was really good, which helps too. But I think that was partially because of the last thing. I think the layoffs and shit helped. Yeah, that'd probably my guess. But I mean, who the fuck knows? Maybe. And then the whole market is probably rebounding a bit too. Maybe? Is it? Amazon stock. Yeah, the whole market's probably starting to rebound a bit as well, which probably helps too, but who knows. There you go. That's it. Meta also just announced a stock buyback. Well, I don't know if I'm... Again, careful, because I am... everything I say might be... Remember that. My guess is stock buybacks aren't that important. It's more so the fact that the company has so much excess cash that they can do stock buybacks. So stock buybacks are nice, but it's the fact that they even have the amount of cash on hand to do a stock buyback is probably the good thing. That'd be my guess. But do you think the metaverse stuff? Opinion? I have no idea. Everybody wants to be the next Steve Jobs. Like, Steve Jobs did something that was insane. And that was, he took like a middling computer company that had, were max 2% of the market share, and then came out with a concept of a phone that probably changed the world and made Apple the largest company, market capitalization on the planet. It was just... And I think people are trying to find, like, what is that next thing going to be? And I think people are thinking that metaverse, alternate reality might be like the next thing. It wasn't Steve Jobs, really. It was the engineers that were working for him that made Apple that way. He was just a figurehead. I don't think he was just a figurehead. I think he was probably the like creative director that was pushing the company in that direction. Like, yeah, the engineers are the ones doing it, but I'm pretty sure he was the one that was leaning in on that being the big thing. Yeah. So would Meta have a similar bump if they said, hey, we have this extra cash, we're just going to sit on it? I don't know. I'm not sure, actually. I don't know. They'd have to do something with it. You're either going to do a stock buyback. You're either going to do tech companies believe in doing not deliverables, not deductibles, not disbursements? I buy stocks that have high. People say this because they like stocks that do this. What am I thinking of? Dividends. Yeah. Do tech companies believe in dividends yet, or do none of them pay out dividends yet? I thought that was like a thing that like tech companies were like, dividends, we don't do that. We just grow. Apple does? Oh, okay. Maybe some do. Microsoft does? Okay. I might have made that up. Dividends are good if you have a shitload of money. Maybe. You prefer, if you're an investor, stock buybacks work better for you because you can defer the taxable event, basically. If somebody's going to pay me out a dividend, I have to pay tax on it right now because I got the money now. But if you do a stock buyback and you decrease the overall amount of shares available, you are, what's the opposite of diluting somebody's shares? There's antonym, dilute. Concentrate? I've never heard that term before. But like, yeah, if you buy back shares, you're basically just increasing the value of the shares that I have by reducing the total number of outstanding shares. But I don't have to pay taxes on that capital gain until I sell the stock. So having concentrating. Wait, when I say I've never heard that term before, what I mean is I've never heard somebody say you're concentrating their shares. I've never heard that phrase before my entire life. I've heard diluting somebody's shares. If I own a company and I issue more shares, I'm diluting your shares. But I've never heard somebody say, if I buy back your shares, I'm concentrating your shares. I've never heard that phrase before my entire life. You're concentrating somebody's shares. I've never heard that. I don't think that's an investment term. I don't think people use that like that. inflating stock value. I don't like the term inflation because that implies some weird game, whatever. Stock buybacks are significantly preferred dividends because of the tax drag and ability to resell the purchased stocks instead of needing to borrow in the future. I don't know what that part means, but yeah, the delaying the taxable event is good.
The stock price of Facebook has been impacted by criticism over their investment in the metaverse, and the recent earnings release was a crucial indicator of the company's future success. Despite this, the report showed that Facebook still has a strong user base, which is a positive sign for the company's future prospects. Destiny is carefully considering his options, weighing the potential benefits of selling his shares against the potential tax liabilities. He recognizes that the current stock market is unpredictable and that the price of Facebook stock could fluctuate in either direction. It's important to note that capital gains tax is a significant factor to consider when making any investment decisions. The tax rate can vary depending on the length of time that the investment is held and the investor's tax bracket. For residents of the United States, short-term capital gains held for less than a year are taxed at the same rate as ordinary income. Investing in tech companies like Facebook can be a lucrative opportunity for those looking for growth and high returns. However, it is important to be aware of the potential risks involved in investing in these companies. In this essay, we will explore some of the key risks associated with investing in tech companies and why it is essential for investors to consider these risks before making any investment decisions. One of the biggest risks associated with investing in tech companies is the rapid changes in technology. The tech industry is constantly evolving, and companies that were once at the top of their game can quickly become obsolete. Companies must continually innovate in order to stay relevant, and those that fail to do so can see their stock prices plummet. This highlights the importance of staying up to date on the latest technological developments and the competitive landscape in order to make informed investment decisions. Another risk that investors in tech companies face is competition. Tech companies face intense competition from other companies, both established and new startups. If a competitor comes up with a better product or service, it can quickly take market share from established companies, leading to a decline in stock prices. Investors must be aware of the competitive landscape and assess the strengths and weaknesses of different companies in order to make informed investment decisions. Regulation is another important factor to consider when investing in tech companies. Tech companies are often subject to government regulations, which can have a significant impact on their financial performance. For example, Facebook has faced criticism over its handling of user data, which could lead to increased regulations and fines. Investors must keep an eye on regulatory developments and understand the potential impact that regulations could have on the companies they are considering investing in. The dependence of tech companies on key personnel is another important risk to consider. Tech companies often rely heavily on key personnel, such as executives and engineers. If these individuals leave the company, it can have a significant impact on the company's performance and stock price. Investors must understand the importance of key personnel and assess the stability of the company's management team before investing. Finally, volatility is a significant risk associated with investing in tech companies. The tech industry is known for its high volatility, and stock prices can fluctuate rapidly. This can make it difficult for investors to make informed decisions, as stock prices can be impacted by a wide range of factors, such as changes in technology, competition, and government regulations. Investors must be prepared for the ups and downs that come with investing in the tech industry, and must be willing to hold on to their investments for the long term in order to realize their potential returns. In conclusion, Destiny's investment in Facebook stock has been a great success, but he is still weighing his options when it comes to selling his shares. The potential capital gains tax is a significant factor to consider, and he is taking the time to fully understand his options before making a decision. Despite the criticism and recent uncertainty surrounding the metaverse investment, Facebook's strong user base provides a hopeful outlook for the company's future.